Hello everyone, welcome back. Today is episode 3 of our franchise zoo that we have going on. We are starting out with about a 25-minute time lapse. There is a timestamp down in the description so that you can get to the live portion if that's what you want to see, where we'll go over what we're doing in the time lapse. But we're just going to jump start this time lapse by adding those couple of buildings that we did not have, the staff buildings, the quarantine, and the vet surgery, which we did not have yet. I didn't see a need, but as our zoo is growing, we are getting more animals that are coming from all over the place that might have diseases, so it is important that we start quarantining our animals before we let them go in the habitats that we create for them. You know, that's one thing I always do, is I always say exhibits when I mean to say habitats, so excuse me if I say exhibit when I clearly mean habitat. It's just kind of what I grew up saying, is animals live in exhibits, not habitats, which I know is wrong, but yeah, so I just decided that I hated the camel habitat that we created at the end of last episode, so we are completely redoing this. This stamp tool, I've never really played around with it that much, but when I started playing around with it, I actually really like it, and you can get some great terraforming done, and then you just use a smoothing tool and it basically just makes it look natural. So I'm a big fan of that. So yeah, I decided that we could kind of do like a river type thing for the camels to swim in and get over to that other side. So yeah, that's kind of what we're going with. Here I am using the smooth tool, so you can kind of see like how it really makes it look pretty natural, and I think it's just a great way of getting the size that you want, and yeah, and just like really precise heights and stuff like that. So you could see I'm kind of in this point I'm not sure, I don't know what the word is, but like really trying to figure out what the height I want the water to be. And we are changing the barriers so that we can edit the terrain around them, because that was pretty horrific. So yeah, and I do believe that we pull up that little area just a little bit, so that it's not so much water, because the camels really don't use the water. They do go swimming, but it's mainly just to get to the other side of the river that we put in. But sometimes I guess I have seen them kind of go and just hang out in the water. But yeah, and I'm almost wondering if we should make it a little shallower, because it looks like the camels are drowning themselves. I don't know if you've ever seen camels swim, but I definitely will show you in the live portion of this video what it looks like when they swim, because it's kind of scary. And yeah, so yeah, we are just going through and adding the correct type of terrain in. I do add a little too much soil, but that is because basically in that whole corner there where I'm gonna put the shelter is all soil, which we will go back and fix in just a second. And yeah, collected a reward there. I think that was for having no crime for 3 months. Yeah, so we did that. Here we're just fixing up the terrain to make it be what they want. And yeah, and I'm so happy that they swim. There is a guide. I have I have previously put in the description of the videos, which I will try to remember to do again for this video. If you want to see an easy way of which animals swim and which animals won't swim, and that is for the base game only. I am trying to go through and get the other animals, which would be like the Como dragon, all of the Arctic animals, and then again all of the South American items, or animals, not items. So here, a great way to see if an animal can like escape the exhibit is placing something inside their exhibit or habitat, sorry, and then see if they can get to the other side. So like I did there, I just boxed up that just that 1 meter high, and they weren't able to get on the other inside of that, so that means that they can't jump that high. So we are good to keep the barrier pretty low and create some custom borders. Yeah, so sorry, just had a tickle in my throat. So I realized that the keepers cannot get to the other side. So I built this little kind of rickety bridge type thing. I'm pretty happy with it. We do mess around with it a little bit more. I did want the camels to utilize it, but they ended up not utilizing it. I think it's just because of the angle that the bridge is on, the connects to the land, but that might not be the case. I'm not 100% sure, but it is fine. I deleted it down to 3 each, which is thin enough so the keepers can get over to the other side. The camels don't, but there really isn't a use or a need for them to go over if they don't want to, because I will have food on both sides of the river there, and both enrichment toys on both sides. So if they want to stay on the shelter side, they can. If not, no need. So I decided to go and add more to the Japanese macaque habitat. Oh my goodness, sorry. But yeah, and I actually posted in a Discord group, and just asked for some ideas to get the habitat barriers looking better. And yeah, so someone suggested that we add some greenery and some rocks to it. It would help a little bit. And yeah, so, and then they also said that trying to stay away from the habitat or the barriers for habitats, and kind of do like natural barriers, like land and rocks and stuff, is like the key to making zoos look more natural and more realistic. So that is what we're gonna try to do for this franchise Let's Play that we have going for us. So you can see here I'm trying to get a natural border, and I was going to just kind of cover up this border that we have, the barrier, the brick barrier. But you'll see in a second that I absolutely hate how this looks. I think it's just way too plain, and it's not really doing anything for us. So I do go back to it later, but for now we just kind of leave it as is. And yeah, so another thing that I struggled with during this time lapse is I thought when you pressed Control and then selected something, when you have the multiple selection tool equipped, I thought that it would unselect it, but it just like opposites it. So if you have like one item selected and you like that you don't want, and you use the multiple or the control and then reselect it, it will select like other things. So I struggled with that because like I'm just not used to it. I don't know if that was a change or if it's a bug, or it's just, I'm not used to it, and it messed with me. So we struggled with that. If you guys know if I'm clicking the wrong button, please let me know, because that would be great appreciated. And then I couldn't not have to struggle with that, I guess, when changing and moving and selecting and changing things around. So here we are adding that this shelter building. It's very plain. I'm not sure how I want to decorate it yet. So we do kind of leave it pretty plain for this time lapse, but we will revisit it. But we do add some terrain. Well, we actually already did the terrain. We do add some plants and stuff for this area in just a second. And so it occurred to me that we were actually making a lot of money and not struggling at all with money. So I decided to get more help. So I did hire a couple more mechanics, as you saw, and a couple more keepers. I think we still only have one caretaker. I maybe hired another one, but I can't quite remember. But we do get some more mechanics. I got another research building, so I am speeding through all of the research just to get it done and over with, and then we can have all of the different construction items and theme items that we want, and we won't have to wait around for it. And I'm just doing the first just to get all of the items, and yeah, so it's going pretty good so far. I think we are just waiting on one, maybe two different things there. That's the cat meowing, sorry if you can hear him. But I just thought I would mention that. When we zoomed in just a little bit ago on those camels, we did see that they are now, they were breeding. So we have a camel on the way. We should be actually getting the baby camel in the live portion of this video, because I do have it slowed down, I think 4 times slowed down the animal, so that the management isn't going to be so overwhelming, and we can just have more fun decorating, viewing the animals, get to know them a little bit better. And yeah, so I realized that we still did not have any water filtration treatment area, so I did add that, as well as another staff zone, rest zone, because it's getting constant things that the staff were having to queue to rest, and there's no rest. And yeah, here we are just starting to upgrade some of our, or train some of our keepers and staff, which we really need to do. I'm really bad about that, so if you see me not do it for a couple episodes or not mention it, please let me know in the comments so that we can continue to keep up to date with all of that stuff. Yeah, so we are just adding some nice stuff for the camels inside that shelter, so that if it is raining and they want to be inside, they have the freedom to, and they will get all of their enrichment items done, get their food inside, and all stuff like that. You can see that camel is swimming now. It's like all submerged. Like, I don't know if they just don't know how to swim or what it is, but yeah. So now we are going and getting the barrier, giving it a second try, which, spoiler alert, we actually do go with. I'm actually really happy with how this turns out. So how I tested it to see if it would work is I just kind of replaced the barrier with a null barrier, and they weren't able to escape. So we just went ahead and did this all the way around the whole, basically what is all brick barrier is what we replace it with. And yeah, I think this habitat is turning out really, really well. I'm not sure how much I actually would want to change about it, other than that mound. So I'll mention it again in the live, but I don't want guests to be able to see the camels until they get down to the river viewing area and then up and around the corner, because I think it takes away from the Japanese macaque, and I don't want that. So I have to figure out a way that will block the camels and not give the guests any view for them, without changing the habitat too much and without changing and adding just random walls everywhere. You'll see later that I do add some bamboo to try to cover it up, but bamboo isn't very thick, and so it didn't work very well. So we will either change bamboo, add to the bamboo, or do something. Not sure what it will be yet, though. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to talk about now, because I basically mentioned everything that I want to mention in this video so far. So yeah, I think I'm just going to sit here quietly, let you guys listen to the music a little bit, and just kind of talk when I have something to talk about. And it's this little area that I replaced the board barrier with that we need to change or figure out a way so that we can block it from the guests. And here we are just changing that inside border because I realized that I did not do a very good job, and in the real time I'm gonna have to go back and actually edit the... Sorry, I have something in my throat that's like making me sound all weird when I talk. Sorry. Not normal, but yeah, we have to go and change that. And yeah, inside that shelter. Hopefully I'll remember. So you saw me just put those shop fronts in. I kind of want to use those as windows. So I do want to at some point connect the guests, the path over there, so that that's just another area for guests to see the camels in case they are all inside sleeping and chilling inside if it's cold out or whatnot. Here we are changing this whole building. I made the mistake of deleting it, and I didn't realize that that was going to delete all of the buildings inside it. So I just went and manually clicked on every single piece of the building and deleted it. And I'm taking some inspiration from, I googled a Japanese rural themed building. But it's actually in Thailand, and it's a really pretty building. I don't nail it quite as well as I thought I might have, or was hoping to, but I'm pretty happy with how it turns out. I do want to add some more details because it's pretty plain, and I did notice that details, even small details, or like adding a couple, not too many, really spruce up buildings and make it sound and look very pretty. And yeah, but yeah, I am actually trying to use and utilize more building pieces than I would normally have. Normally I wouldn't have added that roof trim on the top because I didn't really know that was a thing. Nor would I have added the roof eaves, but I'm pretty happy that I did because it looks pretty good. And yeah, just trying to add some more details. Adding this little awning that is kind of in the picture, but also my own take on the picture that I am taking inspiration from. This picture does have some vines hanging, so that is what we are doing with the horizontal bamboo. Going to add some vines, and I think it looks pretty sweet if I do say so myself. And yeah, we should go through and add some, like, a proper roof to the inside of the building, because I'm sure it looks kind of bad. But yeah, I did watch a video quite a while back about how to make your buildings in Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster more realistic and stuff like that. And one of the main tips was using the natural light, because the natural light is so pretty in the game. So instead of doing like fake windows, make them real windows if guests are going to be inside the building. So I'm going to try to stay away from like just adding like a whole border or like a whole floor and stuff like that, so that we can get some natural light in there. But yeah, here we're just going and checking out, making sure our macaques are still good and happy. We do have 6 of them in there now, which is still underneath what they actually want for a social group. I believe they want 6 adults. So we have 4 adults right now. Once those other 2 grow up, we'll have 6, and then they should be happy. At the very end of the video, or the time lapse here, you'll see that I go and add some, I give the youngins some contraceptives because I don't want to miss it when they get older, and I don't want any inbreeding because that's not good. And then I did have a challenge that said get the camel education up to 5%. It's currently at 1% because we only have 1 board, and that's right next to the water viewing area. So I just did something simple. Just connected the TV screen education boards to a board, and I think it looks pretty good. It looks pretty natural for the area, and we didn't have any any words are difficult, any electricity out in that area. So I added that and just kind of connected it up. It probably won't stay there, but that's just kind of where I plopped it down so that we could get some electric over to that board and the speakers over there. And we are just now cleaning up the area, making it look not so interesting with the grass meeting the sand. I'm just trying to blend it all in. And yeah, we are about done with the time lapse. We're just going to add some enrichment items in and change some of the research for the mechanics, and that is about it. I did notice that the Japanese macaques were not so happy with their toys, so we did add another enrichment item for them. And yeah, that's gonna wrap up this time lapse. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's hop into the real time in just a second because there's still like 20 seconds left, and last episode I ended the time lapse talk too late, and now I'm ending it too early. We'll find a happy medium eventually. Hello everyone, welcome to the live portion of today's video. Let's go ahead and unpause. Just wanted to start out by looking at these lovely camels in their brand new habitat that we have. Oh, and right away we get to see what they look like swimming, which I did mention in the time lapse. See, it looks like he's almost like drowning. I think he is a better swimmer than she is, because I think it was her that I was watching try to swim and just not swimming great. Here we will get to see that. Actually, I did do some changes after I did the time lapse. You can see this looks a little bit different than it did in the time lapse. Which is because I did go ahead and I changed it. I didn't want that brick there, so we added, or we removed that and let the water kind of flow through so that we can get the, oh, it's nighttime. Okay, we're back. So we got the, just so it's able to get the river to kind of start flowing through. Starting here, I thought that was a pretty neat idea. And then without having these two dead trees here, it lets the animals escape. And actually, what I didn't realize is that that is like basically coming through that bridge, which I don't really want. Let's just go ahead and move you in. Oh, not up. You in a little bit more, but not flipping through the bridge. And then you can also get moved a little bit, maybe this way. Actually, I guess we don't really need you in there. Let's just kind of tuck you in to give more, there we go, just some more dimension in that. I do want to add a little guest bridge right here. Kind of go along the same feeling, or the same line as this bridge, where it's kind of a little old and creaky, but obviously it's just going to be over top the nice path, so there won't be any hesitation of going on it for guests. We are at 333 guests. It is going down. We almost have $100,000, so I'd say we are doing pretty good for ourselves. I do want to collect this education, which we did do in the time lapse. Added those education boards and the speakers, so now our guests can get educated. And yeah, so I did take a note of a couple of things that I want to do in today's episode, and one of those is security. Basically, if a guest gets pickpocketed in this hard mode, they just leave. Like, no questions asked, they just leave. I do want to, I think it is time that we get another info center booth over on the side. I wasn't sure how busy it was going to be, but it looks like it's pretty busy. So yeah, we might go ahead and do that this episode as well. What is this? Mechanic research complete. So I'll show you guys what I've been working on. You can see we have the first level of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'm trying not to do the blueprints because I do want to stay away from the blueprints. Ugh, sorry, a little burpity. We're gonna go ahead and start unlocking some different barriers. Yeah, it looks like we have all of the first level of all of the different themes, which is great. We'll be able to start unlocking some different food shops and drink shops. And so yeah, that will be very good for us. Here's a closer look at the building that we changed. There's actually not many people in here, which is kind of surprising. So if guests are thirsty, they should go over there now. And yeah, here's a closer look at the camel habitat. the bamboo that we added that is kind of clipping through the wall. And oh yeah, we're definitely gonna want to move all of that. But I did not fix this in the time lapse, which I did notice as I was recording that. Let's just go ahead and do that now. Just like so. There we go. That should make the camels a little bit happier. They are not super happy with their plants. They think there's too many plants, which is fair if you're a desert animal. But I like the look of it. Let me know if I need to delete them for you guys to be happy. Otherwise, I'm just gonna leave them. Now, taking a look at our security, we have security is right here. We have coverage here. But then if we change it to only cameras and guards, there's not much coverage. So basically anyone can get pickpocketed at any time, which is probably not very good. So we're gonna go ahead and change that. So yeah, let's go and start adding some of that. It's under facilities. It is. I was right. Security. Let's go ahead and get some security cameras. These cameras are so big. I don't like how big they are. We're gonna go ahead and get one right above the ATM here. Can we get that filter back? Yes. Okay, we got one there. Let's go and get one just on this wall. Oh, right. Let's hit T and then we can angle up. We'll get one right here. Unhit T. Okay, we got that little area covered. We should do one outside. Maybe gotta exit out of the group so I don't forget. Maybe get one like, oh, the security guard got a robber, which is great. We'll get one like right there. That should cover outside area. Great. We can kind of hide one in the bamboo area right here. This is not fun. Get one right here and then just move it over. Yeah, I think I would like the cameras a lot more if they were smaller. So that's kind of unfortunate. Let's move it over. I want to have the most coverage without overdoing it. I think if we do that, let's get another one. Maybe right here. That's probably good enough. I mean, people right here are probably going to be digging out their wallets to make a donation. And that's unfortunately not in the range. But maybe we should get one on this side. I do want to, in a little bit, add another drink spot right here. Because people are very thirsty. So we'll add that. Let's go ahead and get one more camera up here. Probably right here, so it's in range of both of the donation bins. And then if we add another security camera on maybe like the back side of these shops, it will protect that. Okay. Oh, I'm visiting. There I am. How do I think our zoo is going? 95% happy. That's pretty good. All positive thoughts, which is great. Except I've seen bigger and better zoos. Well, you know what? I can't always be happy. Yeah. So, I'm not sure really what the please do not disturb would be for, I guess, maybe if an animal is shy. That would make sense. We're gonna go ahead and add some of, this right here so that guests will not feed the animals. Do not feed signs. That should cover it. This is pretty far away, so hopefully they won't chuck an animal in. Oh, we got another. Have 750 guests in the zoo. Don't think we will get that today, but we might next episode. If you can see, we do have a lower number of conservation credits. I went and I bought some animals. That is going to be all revealed next episode, unless you guys get a sneak peek, which I'm going to try to not let you get. I think you guys will be pretty excited and happy with what we get. It's raining now. Let's see. Most guests don't have umbrellas. Is it dry in here? It should be. Looks like it is. So, like, it's a perfect time to... No way am I getting ripped off. I don't even think it's that expensive. I mean, I changed the prices up a little bit. But that was just for the adoption packs, because we have a lot of... We've only had positive guests. So yeah. Next thing on our list to address this episode is... Okay, look at guest happiness and address the guest happiness. Let's go ahead and pull up our heat maps of our guests. Happiness. They're actually very happy right now. That's awesome. We'd love to see that. We have a lot of people queuing for the gift shop and the tickets. So that's nice. Let's see what their energy is. Energy is pretty high, which is great. You don't want people to leave because they're too tired. Ooh, guests are hungry. So that might be another thing. We can get just a food and drink stall over here. Let's see about thirsty. I would say it's about even, hunger and thirst. But when we do get more people in the line, people will not go in and get drinks, which will cause them to just leave the park. And toilet is pretty good. I don't think we'll need to get one right away. There is one right there, which is pretty close. So yeah, let's go ahead and get a food and drink stall right here. Not sure how I want to decorate it yet, but we'll get there. Maybe decorate will be in the time lapse for the next episode. Yeah. I think that should be plenty of room. I do now think we can add it's a facility. It is a facility. It's a guest facility. Got the drink stall. We do have gulpy soda, so let's go ahead and get some gulpy slush in. Oh, make it as parallel as we can. Too sensitive there. I think that's as good as we are gonna do. I do want to have a little bit of a buffer. Probably like that. And I don't think we don't have any different food stalls yet. So we will have to come back and address the foods. We have some happy marquiques in here. Yes, they just got fed. They're all running over to the food, which is lovely. People should be coming over here to look at them shortly. And we already have a lot of people in line for the drinks, which is great. We love to see that. So now I guess a question is, If they get a drink, does that make them have to use a toilet right away? Because if that's the case, we will get a toilet here. Yes, it does. Okay, so yeah. Let's go ahead and get a toilet in this area. Wow, there are a lot of people using drinks. A lot more than I thought would. Let's get some toilets here. We're going to add it to that group. And then we will have to research. Yay! Our camel's having an offspring. Let's watch it. Let's watch this camel birth. Is she gonna go into the... Nope, she's just going right here. I was wondering if she was gonna go maybe into the shelter. But not today. You're gonna have the baby? I guess one thing we're gonna have to check right away is if there's any escape points for the baby. Oh, here we go. Oh, she lays down. Oh, where is it at? Did it spawn? Oh, it spawned over there. Okay, let's look at the baby. Oh, it's so cute, little baby boy. 0.0 years old. That is a brand new newborn. Let's look at the heat maps. Nope, habitat. Oh boy. The baby can get through there. So we're gonna have to move these over just a little bit. Okay, now let me click on you. Okay, that's good. The baby can cross the bridge. That's pretty exciting. Let's see. Can we move this over? The baby can still get through. This is... I hope we don't have to add another one. Yeah, we're gonna have to add another. Just gonna have to be what we have to do, I guess. Unless we maybe like had it fell over, maybe? Does that work? Yeah, that works. Okay, so it kind of fell over. I think it looks fine still. Yeah. Yep, the tree fell over, had to cut it off. And yeah, it works. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Say hello, get those 20 extra conservation credits. We are running very low, so any credits help. Let's... Oh, and guys, we crossed the $100,000 mark. That's exciting. Is our vets not researching anything? We have to get all of these, the diseases researched. Because we don't want to be in a spot where we, don't have them. Let's go ahead and research, or train our staff. And get them all happy. And... yeah. Try to get them all up to 5 stars. I think we can afford it. I don't think there's any... maybe that's what we could get behind the food and drink is a staff, just a small staff break area for these staff right here. Otherwise they're having to go all the way over here, which isn't very efficient. One thing I didn't even do while I was in there is change the staff, or the mechanic research from... We'll go back to the transport rides, but I want to get a different food. So we'll do the different food now. And that was actually 2 points on my sheet here. Another one is staff needs. Oh, we have research mechanic research. Perfect. We'll just change you back over to transport rides. Hopefully the food shop doesn't take too long. Research. So let's go ahead and look at our staff needs. Staff happiness. Like everyone is green, which is great. You are researching. Looks like you might be researching. And you're preparing food. That's perfect. I think having just a small keeper hut in between two areas is all that we need. 2 habitats, I think that's all that we'll need. Because yeah, they will be sharing it. So that should be good. That's all there is for staff happiness? What? Really? Wait, where's the staff? Right here. You're a vendor. Where are you going? Workload high. Getting paid like right on that mark, which is perfect. Will expect a higher salary, that is fine. Okay, you spent 15% of your time just traveling. Yeah. That's definitely what we're gonna want to change. We're gonna have a lot more people come over and look at the camels because of the baby camel. Where is the baby? It's swimming. Another thing, maybe, is I think I might want to... Oh, we got a mechanic research complete. I think it's transport rides. Yes, it is. Food's not even half done. Let's go ahead and start, getting the drinks all done. If I click on you... heat maps. Actually, I clicked on wrong. Okay, they will swim through the weeds. I'm just trying to think of a way to get the camels over here. So they'll swim in front of the glass. They tend to swim and change right here. Oh, their food went into the water. At least it's floating, I guess. Another thing we have to do, if you didn't watch the time lapse, which is perfectly fine, I don't want guests to be able to look through here and see camels. So we have to figure out a way to change that. If you have any ideas, please let me know. I appreciate any feedback, any ideas. Any ideas would be much appreciated. Oh my gosh, we have another VIP guest. Let's say hi. A very lazy sloth. Just joining us. Thank you so much. Let's, yeah. Let's go ahead and oh, it did just get reset. Perfect. I'm surprised there isn't any food here. Let's check this one. Yeah. It's weird. I'm surprised that the guests or the keepers don't like constantly replenish the food. I guess that makes sense though. As in, I went to an aquarium a couple months ago before the coronavirus took over the world. And they said that they only fed their aquatic animals like once every couple of days. Like, they have sharks there, and they only fed the sharks like once every 3 or 4 days. So I guess that makes sense that they wouldn't have constant food just sitting there. I was gonna look at the finances. We made $12,000 not yesterday, last year. That is pretty great. I don't think I've seen any ticket refunds, so that's perfect. We haven't had any escaped animals, so that is awesome. Ticket sales. doing great. I think we're in a pretty good spot. Inspector has left. Let's view that. Education's facilities is still low. That's fair. We only have 2 exhibits, so there's not much to learn. And then we have, I think, 4 of these signs. Yeah, we only have 4, which we can get a couple more on the inside, maybe. It's always hard finding that perfect spot for the signs to go. Yeah, we are making a ton of money. I think there needs to be like a very hard mode. Although we're still starting. We're only on episode 3. I don't want to get too carried away. Maybe when we get more animals, it will become more difficult. Yeah, well, another thing I mentioned in the time lapse was the social group. Let's see here. Adult population is 4. I think they want 6. Let's go to the Zoopedia and check. What are they called? The Japanese macaque. That's right. Also, thank you guys so much letting me know in my Discord channel how to pronounce them. I did learn. I actually looked it up at right after I looked at the video, or after I recorded. Oh, they want 8. That's a lot. Up to 17 males and 33 females. So that's quite a bit. We might have to take a peek at what we can get, if we can get another pair from the animal. Although, oh, you guys just got a little sneak peek. I was worried about that. If you guys didn't see it, then you guys get a great surprise next episode. Or, yeah, you get a good surprise if you didn't see it. If not, you know what we're going to be doing, but I'm not going to say it in case I'm just on as background noise, which, thank you very much for giving me the view. What am I looking for? The Japanese macaque. Here we go. We can go ahead and get another couple. Let's go ahead and get this male. And let's move you right here. And then what should we get for a female? You probably have, yes, you have the best. And we're actually gonna put you in, because your immunity gene isn't the greatest. I want to move you to the quarantine. Yeah. No, quit. Okay. Vet research is complete. Let's go ahead. Oh, we are still researching that. We've been in the lab time for about a half an hour now, which makes for about a 50-minute episode. Maybe even longer than that. So I think we're gonna actually have to end the episode here so it's not too long for you guys. Although, I hope you guys are enjoying. We didn't get much done. We did get a couple of buildings down. People are happy again, which is great. Next episode, we're getting another habitat. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Let's get a great place and we haven't been paying much attention to the Japanese macaques. Let's watch them in our outro. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We will be another episode again in a couple of days, every Tuesday and Friday, is when I am planning on putting... Oh, this isn't even on the ground. Let's put you on the ground. There we go. Much better. Every Tuesday and Friday is when I'm planning on putting out new videos. If you have specific feedback for me, either leave a comment and I will read all my comments, and I usually reply to all my comments as well. Or join my Discord, which is linked below. And I am active in Discord. I check it a couple times a day. I always check my server first. So if there is anything that you want to see, let me know in Discord. I'm pretty active. I check it all the time and stuff like that. Also, go follow me on Twitter for some new updates. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and we will see you guys next time. Bye!